Going into the 11th race of the season at Richmond, we are sitting fourth in the standings, behind the great names such as Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and ahead of previous points leader Dale Jarrett. But a rough week at the last track for Dale Jarrett wound up putting him behind the 8 ball a little bit. No pun intended. Our little team has been hard at work, putting together brand new chassis, improving the engines, and of course, making the bodies look a little bit better week in and week out. It's to the point now where we're working with probably the highest level of equipment we can possibly afford at this current stage. But with $4.95 million in the bank and a very tight cost cap, a lot is up for grabs. Will the Pontiac Excitement 400 lead us to a victory? A victory that has been eluding us almost every single week so far. The last time we tasted victory was at Daytona International Speedway. Since our victory, 6 Fords, 2 Chevys, and 1 Dodge have crossed over into victory lane. But the consistency is there, finishing very well at Martinsville, setting up this wonderful week, finishing even better at some other racetracks, and just being there at the end of the race. It seems like our rookie struggles of not being able to finish a race have far beyond us, or are they? Only time will tell. It's good to have you guys back. Richmond is next. And okay, first and foremost, I will apologize. I am sorry to those that I may have made a little upset with my comment about the lack thereof of the comments in terms of what I should do with the team. It is okay if you don't know what you got going on or what I'm doing. It's okay. And in the day, think about it this way. You're a partial owner of my team, just like I'm a partial owner on some of the other teams out there. Your comments kind of help me keep the idea going of what we can kind of do. Now, we've already gotten a little bit of revenge on Kevin Harvick, but I don't think that's over yet. And we're still got a little bit more to worry about in our second season here. We still got plenty of races left to go, 25 of them to be exact. And only time will tell if we can even get to a championship. A championship in our second year is quite unheard of at this point, especially with the fact that we are playing 100% restricted. So, Richmond seems to be next. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Richmond. So we've got a short track coming up. So you already know what we're doing. We're throwing out the short track chassis. In terms of motors, I am not interested in burning one of our better motors. So for the first time in a long time, engine number 1 will come back out of the shop just to kind of make sure if we do any damage to it, it's not going to be that bad. And once again, we're going to run our generic body because we don't have a better body for this. So we took a step back on our car rating. Hopefully it's not too bad. And our chassis isn't the greatest either. But I don't think that's going to really matter. Richmond was really good to us last season, wasn't it? Can it happen again? All right, so qualifying here at Richmond is going to be a little interesting. I think last season we wound up really surprising ourselves. This season, I don't know. Car feels a lot worse than it did last year. Although I definitely feel we got more grip. It just does not feel like it wants to turn. It feels extremely tight. So first lap is probably not going to be good, and I don't think our second lap is going to be any better. So 26th is not giving me a lot of confidence. I think we're going to have to do some more work on the car. So every setup I put together for season 1 is going to have to change, it looks like. That's going to be tough. Somehow we got pole, but our car is not that good for pole and not that good for the race. I got to work on it. Happy hours next.
Sets in Virginia, speed and passion are fast rising. It's night racing at Richmond International Raceway, providing plenty of sparks on FM.
I love how the people on TV, or the people who do the announcing and stuff, love to say, oh, I'm getting aggressive on the track. I'm not getting aggressive. I'm staking my claim on the track. I'm showing that I belong here. Anyways, so hopefully I can get just one lap led before I get sworn by Jeff Gordon or Dale Jr. So if I can get 5 points, that would actually help a lot. It'd help probably mitigate whatever Dale Jr. is going to... Oh, Dale Jr. lost it a little bit. Whatever Dale Jr. is going to do. So down into the corner I go. And I think we'll be okay. So I made a few adjustments on the springs. The front springs were a little too stiff to my liking. And that was causing the car to do this weird, like trying to walk on itself thing, where I think it was trying to drive over the right front, not actually on it. So it made an adjustment to the springs and the spring rates. Actually almost slammed the spring rates and made them extremely soft. They're actually less than 50% on the front end this time. And then kind of raise up the rear to kind of counteract that. So there will be some laps where I'm going to probably be a little off because I'm literally just working with whatever was on happy hour. And I've noticed that the car is different between happy hour and the race. So I'm pretty sure I can make another adjustment to the car. Jeff Gordon hit me again. It's gonna dive up dive up down off in there, man. You want to play these games, Jeff Gordon? I can too. Dog, Dale Jr. What is it with the AI? Okay. I think we're good. 6 laps in. Mark Martin is here. Sterling Marlin is driving away because I'm holding up the field. I couldn't get there on Mark Martin. It's Elliott Sadler.
Let's get to work now. Leaders pulling away. Number 38 coming up quick. And along the track, the field races back to the start finish line. But we are under caution. The yellow flag is out after a problem out on the race course. That's a tough.
Not gonna lie to you, Elliott Sadler was a guy who was on my list to get revenge on, and I got my revenge on him. So it's another check mark in the box. Also, he came up while I had to go down, so I don't know what he expect. Oh, Dale Jarrett got involved in that. This is both Robert Yates cars. But no, seriously. He came up. I had nowhere to go. His teammate got hard. Oh well. Not my problem. I told you guys, I'm here to show that I belong in the Cup Series. I've got damage on every corner, including my deck lid.
62, 81, the 18.
Excuse me, Matt Kenseth. You're in the way.
Don't let him by, but try not to hold him up either. And on the backstretch. Contact made on the backstretch. We're under yellow. The field now works its way back.
Maybe I should come down pit road and get the car worked on a bit. Because something's up.
Down low. 25, 36.
Yeah, I think we'll come down pit road.
4.5.
Yeah, I was on a 4-wheel slide, and it just so happened that the 10 car was there. Not the way I wanted to drive. Definitely don't want to take out Johnny Benson or hurt Johnny Benson or any of his chances. But can't really do anything when I'm in a 4-wheel slide either like that. But we'll come in, we'll bring it down pit road. We'll put 4 tires and fuel in it, and I think I can go half around back up on the wedge. I think we're down to like 1.0. So I think oh no, we are at a half around on the wedge. Oh wow. Well, I guess I can move it up again. So yeah, that's a problem. Well, yeah, small problems. We've got a lot going on. I guess I'm also trying to push too hard. You know, we are in our second season, but we're in the top 10, and I just really want to stay in the top 10. Maybe even the top 5, because it really proves that we made an improvement on our team. And then the salary cap that we got stuck with is not going to hold us back in our sophomore season. So maybe I'm just over driving, guys. If you think I'm over driving, tell me in the comments down below.
We're starting in the back, so be careful and stay out of trouble.
Now, I know there's going to be like 2 potential cautions for debris from the 88 and the 38. So now it's going to come down to if I can get lucky with some of these cautions, because as it stands right now, I don't think I'm going to be lucky, but I do feel like we've got a chance here, especially on fresh tires, fresh rubber. Car feels much better now.
You put another behind you. All clear, buddy.
So now I just got to slowly pick my way through the field, knowing that there's going to be a chance for a caution like that. Well, crap.
21:79.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted us to get a few laps in and then we get a caution. But with him losing that right then, we'll stay out. I'm pretty sure the field might come down pit road. And see, we lost 2 spots because of where we are right now. The field did not come down pit road. Okay.
Off the track, green flag is in the air. The track is clear of the earlier accident and we are back underway, racing down into the corner. The leader leads.
So there's going to be another caution, right?
Come on, buddy, we're 6 seconds back. Let's get up there. Good pass. Okay, we're clear.
Trying to get in on these guys and trying not to wreck, but also having to be aware that the AI is just going to try to break in the middle of the corner because they're all trying to come down pit road this time by. So that's causing some problems for us. So with pit stops beginning, I think we're doing okay right now. So I think we can actually make it as far as we want. Yeah. See, this is not what I wanted. It's not ideal. I definitely don't think we'll be able to optimally handle the car late in the stages. So I definitely do feel like we're going to wind up falling behind. But we are looking at potentially running more effectively near the front, get a couple more extra bonus points, get those bonus points out of the hands of my competitors, and kind of see what we are at 15 to go. All right, so tires are worn out now.
22. You got some passes left in there somewhere.
Haven't been out here long.
Let's go now. Still 7 seconds off the lead.
You guys, there's a gnat flying on my microphone. I just happen to see it out the corner of my eye, but like the bottom of my corner of my eye. So who's the race leader and why is he still out there so far ahead?
22:39.
The 40 car.
Running strong. Now let's work our way to the front. You haven't got much longer on that left front tire.
Yeah, I don't think these tires are going to last the rest of the race, honestly. Also, why is Sterling Marlin still running out here with no regards for anything else?
Buddy, push it. We can pick up some more spots. We've got some work left. The leader has about a 9-second lead on us.
Okay, 12 to go. Sterling Marlin still hasn't pitted. We are looking like we're going to get close to halfway on fuel.
Keep coming. We're getting there. The 20 car wants to get by you.
The amount of grip we have on the front end is rapidly deteriorating.
Number 20 is still there. Let's get a new left rear tire. Clear.
Grip on the all 4 corners of the car beginning to rapidly deteriorate. Sterling Marlin still hasn't pit yet.
Take care of the car as best you
That was a 4 tire slide into the wall.
All clear, buddy. I'd like to see him stay back there.
Things are not looking good.
23, 18. Just 10 laps left.
Now my front tires are very worn. There's a chance I could blow one of these tires out before the end of this race. I'm just going to hope that if it decides to blow out, it is before the last lap.
22. We're catching him, buddy. Stay with it.
I think we've made our bed and we're going to just have to lie in it.
Number 17, down low. Don't bang it up too bad. You're clear.
I deserved that. I did run him very hard.
Number 42, down low.
Jimmy McMurray deserved that because he got into me.
Take a look at the fuel gauge. All clear, buddy. The 97 car is inside. Clear all around.
I got no bite anymore. There's like absolutely zero bite.
75. Going inside. Number 32 is still there. inside.
Oh, come on, hold it. I just gotta keep my foot in it and hope that these good years just hold on.
Gas tank's almost dry. Time to fill her up. 23, 22. Just 5 to go. Clear. Got one high.
We've made our bed. It's over for us.
All clear, buddy. The 19 car is down low. The 5 car. Got into you there. Yeah, trouble on the front stretch. The yellow flag is out into the field. Races back to the yellow flag. The front stretch is blocked. There's an accident. Yellow flag as they race back to the start-finish line.
There sure were a lot of cautions in this one.
Well, lots of cautions usually mean only one thing, a lot of damaged race cars. I know the teams aren't happy about that.
The Nikon car suffered some damage in this one and ultimately paid the price for it.
Yeah, you can't expect a good finish when you don't take care of your car, but sometimes that's easier said than done in this series. There are certain times when you just have no place to go.
The 53 car had a run-in during the race with the 38 car.
You don't make it into Winston Cup racing without being competitive, and sometimes these instincts get a little out of hand. Should be fun to see what happens next.
Well, it's been a great night of racing. We thank you for joining us. Next up is Lowe's.
Well, I'm afraid I got some bad news. Somehow in the last 3 laps of the race, Stanton Barrett was able to fix his engine after being multiple laps down, came back out and finished ahead of me by 1 lap and 42nd because he was able to finish 1 extra lap without him actually being on the same lap as me when he DNF'd. This game, wonky finishes everywhere. Anyways, in case you guys are wondering, somehow Ricky Craven wound up winning the race, beating out Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth, Johnny Benson, Michael Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, and Ryan Newman. But we are now dead last, and I'm pretty sure we just fell out the top 5 in the standings. I was that bad today at Richmond. I lost all talent and skill. That is pathetic to think about because honestly, I shouldn't have been that bad knowing full well what we had to do today. But then I also apparently just lost all talent. So okay. Head back to Georgia, regroup, figure it out. Well, we're back at the base, and I guess we can take a look at the point standings for the day. Can't find a way to get a win. The points lead at the top is very close between Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart. 3 points separating those top 2 guys. Tony Stewart. Did I say Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart or Jeff Gordon and Dale Jr.? Oh, whatever. Anyways, it's really close at the top for the top 3, and we are now 139 points back in 6th. It does help to be a little consistent, but it did hurt to have our 2nd DNF of the season. This one pretty critical. So we've got to do some work. Now, I didn't do anything after California, so we were able to hold on to $301,000. Now we've got 570 with the end of this race that has just passed. It is a little weird that my fuel cell blew, but given that it was the short track chassis, maybe it's time for us to go ahead and start actually working on it. Now, this has kind of left me in a small bind, all things considered. I've been working very hard to stay away from the from going over on salary cap. I think this time we're going to have to. First and foremost, we need to fix what we've broken. And by fix what we've broken, I mean leave that in the garage until we actually need it, because right now we don't need it and it's whatever. That's where I'm at. But we do need to look at our speedway stuff. So maybe we can overhaul one of our two chassis for that. And then of course look at one of our motors. I do feel very strongly towards finally upgrading some of our other equipment that is in the garage, because we do have a way to get better efficiency, and we've been really lagging behind on upgrading these things. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do this for the first time. You know, we can go over the salary cap, we just can't do anything afterwards. And since we'll have 2 races time to kind of recoup those losses, I'm actually not opposed to it. So I think $570,000, sorry, 571,000, because we actually had 301. So that extra 1 is actually very important. I know what you guys are probably going to say, but it's not that important. It is that important, because we got to make sure we are to a T. So if we do this, it's 226,000 to do the engine overhaul. And then I do feel very strongly that we should start overhauling one of these bodies to come in further in line with our team. So that's another 266 if we do body number 2. And then that leaves us with $79,000. And like I said, I am not opposed to going over. And since we don't have a short track for a while, I think maybe now is the time for us to go ahead and work on that the chassis. So if we go ahead and take out an extra 258, we're going to be short $179,000. So we'll be over the cap. It's not a problem because we're not at the end of the season. So we've got plenty of time to recoup this, and it's not going to hurt us too much. But we just can't make any changes until after we get back into the black. And that means that we won't be able to make any changes even after that, because I don't think we'll have enough money to actually do anything. So if we go for this, we won't be able to do anything for Lowe's or the other speedway tracks, which means we'll have like 2 races where we just can't work on the car. Not a big deal, not a big problem. I think that it's about time we actually do that. So let's go ahead and make that happen. First, let's go ahead and just overhaul the short track chassis. And then engine, I believe engine number 1 was the one that we needed to touch. So that's 226,000. And as far as car body goes, I believe we were looking at our generic body. That is 2 races time. Is Infineon in 2 races? I think we may have made a mistake. No, I don't think Infineon is in 2 races. Well, I hope it's not anyway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good. We're way good. Okay. Woo. Got a little scared there for a second. So with that being the case, we can take generic chassis, and if we were to repair, it'd be like 60, 58, 54, 66. We can just go ahead and overhaul it and get it to 66, 58, and 77, which is a stronger body, which was kind of the problem that we had. And it'll also have a little bit more downforce, which means hopefully for the short track and the road course races going forward, we will have something kind of cooking there. So now we're officially in the red for the first time in forever. So we're now negative 179 after Richmond won. So this is the first time we've actually had of a negative, meaning we can't do anything after the Coke 600 and after Michigan. So the next time we will be able to do anything on the car, because we want to make sure we stay in the black. We don't want to make sure we stay in the red, because the longer we're in the red, the worse it's going to be for us later on in the season, because then I won't be able to work on the car, and because we'll be having to get back in line with what we set at the beginning of the season. And we're only making 270,000 a week, so we can't make anything happen. I guess only in the event of an emergency we can do that. So right now 179,000 in the negative, but we got 2 races to kind of make that back up. We'll make it up actually after the Coke 600, however we finish, because we still earn 270K a week. So no matter how we finish, I think we'll be fine at the Coke 600, but we've also got to stay out of trouble and out of danger. We can't keep doing this. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Things didn't go to plan. It wasn't part of the plan. It sucked that we had that happen, but we've got work to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Be easy, everybody.